Hello everybody, my name is Peter Ragg and welcome to my Microbiome Detox Part 2. In Part 1 we talked about what is the microbiome, where is it, and what function does it do. And we had about 8 minutes in total for that, but what I want to do is obviously give you more information in this video and also talk more about the detox that I'm going to be doing. So I've actually already started, I'm on day 3 of that, so I'll discuss that at the end. But I felt I needed to give you a little bit more information on the microbiome. And the first question is, where does it come from? Right, so you inherit your microbiome from your mother as you're born. Okay, when you come along the birth canal, when you're being born, your mouth, your face is in contact with your mother's vaginal fluids and also the rectum as well. So that's, the baby will swallow and ingest the fluids down there. So it's like an initial inoculation from your mother. And that's where it comes from, and that is the beginning of building your immune system. So and that's how biology has evolved to do that, and it's absolutely incredible and fantastic. So the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to just mention 2 things that of damaged microbiomes, and following on from what I've just spoken about, if the baby is born through C-section, i.e. it comes through the sunroof, if you like. So that is like a sterile birth, if you think about it. It's not picking up the microbiome from the mother because it's not going the normal route. So what happens with a C-section baby is it's already at a disadvantage because it's not getting the microbiome. And what tends to happen is it could take on board some of the microorganisms that are floating around in the hospitals, all right? And that's not good news, actually. And we're finding that C-section babies are more prone to having autoimmune problems. It's a scientific fact, actually. And there's a medical procedure now that some hospitals are doing, actually, that you can take a vaginal swab. Once the baby is born through C-section, you can still take the vaginal swab from the mother, and you can actually wipe into the baby's mouth and also the body as well. So you're actually inoculating the newborn baby, even if through a C-section. So that is a new procedure, and that is excellent because scientists, doctors are realizing how so important that the newborn receives the microbiome from the mother. Okay, so another cause of damaged microbiomes is antibiotics. So we've all had a course of antibiotics in our time, ear infections or whatever. But you know, if you have a course of, say, a 10-day course of antibiotics, it could knock out 1/3 of your microbiome because it's antibiotics, it's killing microorganisms. That's what it does, all right? But it's not species specific. It will knock out the bad guys, the infection, but it takes out a lot of the good guys as well, all right? So that's what happens. Once you come off the course of antibiotics, then your body recovers, all right? Your microbiome recovers, but it may not recover to the same extent as before. So some of the species that get knocked out may not come back to the same extent, and they're, you know, what they do then in the scheme of things, they may not have as much power as they had in the past, all right? And some functions in the body might be compromised slightly. All right, so if we're on courses of antibiotics all of the time, we are opening ourselves up, you know, to maybe getting autoimmune symptoms or problems as a consequence of that. So the bottom line is, if you have to have antibiotics, so be it. Your doctor will determine that, okay? But try and keep off them if you can. All right. So I want to mention probiotics. Probiotics is the live bacteria that you take on board. Okay, some people, you know about probiotics. You're buying them from the supermarket, the yogurts and things that you can buy where it's got live bacteria in there. And what you're doing is you're feeding your microbiome. That's what you're thinking you're doing. You're feeding your microbiome. You're adding to the diversity down there, all right, in your microbiome. So also prebiotics. All right, so we talk about probiotics, there's prebiotics as well. And that's what your microbiome needs. It's the food the ideal food for your microbiome, let's put it that way. And what we're talking about here is fiber, all right? Your microbiome loves fiber. That's what it feeds on. That's how it grows and proliferates. So, you know, your green leafy vegetables. So a diet of green leafy vegetables is absolutely perfect for your microbiome. But there's other great things in there, okay, that are prebiotics, things like oats, bananas, onions, asparagus, leeks, garlic. Okay, these are all great prebiotics for your microbiome. So think about that when you're doing your shopping next time. So what we're saying is a well-fed, healthy, fully functioning microbiome is a core to great health. All right, and once you've got that great health, then you're not opening yourself up then to increased cardiovascular disease risks. Okay, you got healthier cholesterol levels, you got better gut health, you got better digestion, obviously, you got improved moods because your microbiome, if it's a well-fed microbiome, it affects your mental health as well as your physical health. And one of the things you will find also is you have less cravings. All right, so once we've done the detox, you find that you will have less cravings as well. So that's quite a thing that people notice when they've done a detox. You got lower stress levels. That's very important, actually. Higher immune function, obviously, because your microbiome is a major part of your immune system. And so if your microbiome's healthy, then you've got less risk of obesity and being overweight. All right. So also there's lower inflammation, and inflammation is bad news. All right. And obviously autoimmune reactions as well. So everything comes back to the state of your microbiome. That is your core number one thing that we need to look after in our bodies. So now we know this and respect it. All right. We need to do really, maybe give it a name. Give your microbiome a name. Start loving it, all right? And feed it good stuff, all right? Because once you've done that and you've got a great immune system, you're going to have great mental and physical health as a consequence of that. So I realise now that I'm running out of time on this video. So quickly now, I just want to say that what I'm going to do now is, as a consequence of the information I've given you, you can see why I need to detoxify my body, okay, and to cleanse my digestive system. And also, once I've done that, we're going to rebalance and balance up the microbiome. So that's why I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Synergy Worldwide Purification Kit. And rather me sort of rushing through it now, I'm going to save that to the next video actually, because I'm running out of time on this one. So again, please, if you've learned something from this, please subscribe to the channel, because part 3 will definitely be on the microbiome detox, the products, and I will talk you through what I've done. Okay, so I'm sorry we didn't quite get onto it this time, but we have run out of time. So thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.